Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's over. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the Korner Booth, find me in the Korner Booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the Korner Booth, find me in the Korner Booth, Korner Booth.
I see myself. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. Shit. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting something. Like, listen, we're just kicking it off. This whole show is a whole day of firsts. We are doing a bunch of crazy stuff. Shout out to our boys over at Colorcast, by the way. First ever show. We are streaming live on them. Check us out on Colorcast app. Search Korner Booth Pod. We are, of course, getting the Kings out today. We appreciate anybody who comments, listens. We'll do live questions, everything else on there as well. We are, of course, live on YouTube as well. We got to give our YouTube people some love because, honestly, Twitter's fun, but it's toxic. Facebook's great, but it's boring. YouTube is honestly one of my more favorite platforms to use. Crazy week in football and in sports in general. I think the last 48 hours have blown my damn mind. Or maybe it's the fact I'm running on 3 hours of sleep because I picked up a night shift last night. I don't know. Either way.
No, man. I'm just as excited as you are. I'm going to be honest.
I am joined by the toxic trio of people that I care near and dear to my heart right now. We've got my sidekick, Samir, the rookie, JD Davis, and the intern, the Where's Waldo of the group, Mr. Jake. Boys, we had a wild weekend of football. We've got I mean, I don't know. I think I had a horrible Sunday. JD had a horrible Saturday.
I had a horrible week. I win.
Yeah. JD's been having a tough time recently.
Trust me, I win. I don't know why I'm on a sports podcast. JD. I don't like sports. I don't like them anymore. I have a new hobby. I'm going to pick up like knitting or something. I don't like sports. I'm not sure why I'm on this show. Don't like them. Never cared for sports.
Listen, to me, the thing has always been with sports is I live and die by my teams. I live and die by my Eagles, my Hurricanes, my Diamondbacks, my Timberwolves, and my Penguins. Like those, and I
used to. Now I just don't.
I still do. Listen,
I don't like sports.
Something is dead inside you, JD. It's the holiday season, man.
Christmas is canceled.
I never got how people get so crazy about like movies or music when people get so generally upset about like the Star Wars sequels, right? It never made truly sense to me because I can separate myself from it being just a damn movie. I can unplug and watch something else. But with sports, it's a different animal. That stuff is almost religion to me.
Different pain.
Oh, I know it's a
completely different pain.
The biggest thing to me is that with my Eagles basically played like dog shit against your Giants on Sunday. And congrats to JD and Samir. We'll see. For now,
good thing,
we saw. It took two Jalen Reagor dropped touchdowns, but it counted. But it turns into guys, any given Sunday is a real damn thing. I really truly watched that game and almost had a small brain aneurysm. But it was.
I almost screamed on the train, you guys. That was okay. So I almost screamed on the train. I was sitting on the train and I was watching the game on the phone, my phone, and then Boston Scott fumbles the ball, which was crazy. I mean, I hate to be, that guy, Jared, sorry to bring up, but that was when it happened. And I was sitting on the train and I went, yes! I almost went, yeah! I almost started going nuts, but I held myself back to a yes. And My God, that could have gotten like sitcom. I could have been very Larry David-y right then.
David-y. I like that.
David-y. But boy, was I excited. I don't know what to think of the season. Daniel Jones is just breaking news is hurt, but
yeah, it was even. I mean, I obviously enjoyed the Giants win, but I had like food doesn't taste good to me. Sleeping is about the only thing that's been happy for me. I can't enjoy music. I can't enjoy the smell or the weather. I'm dead inside. That's where I've become. My sports teams. It all started with, first of all, sick on Thanksgiving. Had to skip Thanksgiving.
How you feeling, by the way, kid? Like,
I'm great now. I'm great. I got all my steroids and all that. I'm good. And then it turns into the night before Thanksgiving, buzzer beater for Florida to beat Ohio State in hoops. And by the time you're listening to this, unless you're live with us, Ohio State plays Duke tonight in basketball, so that could get ugly. Who knows? But maybe. Go Bucks. And then, of course, Saturday, I went to Ann Arbor, which made it 10 times worse. Our tailgate setup, which was sweet. Our TV wasn't working. We couldn't get service, our antenna. So we had to pack up. I sprinted to a bar. I was almost late. Had to watch it in a freaking Michigan bar. Obviously, that game happened. We'll get into that in college football, why and whatever. But my heart ripped out of my soul there, just getting lambasted by Michigan fans who have every right to. Blind squirrel finds a nut. You guys gotta get it in while you can. I totally get it. I was an asshole when we won. So hey, yell at me, whatever. All that to come back and at no point to think my team had a chance Sunday night with the Browns. And at no point in that game did I ever think they'd win. I just needed to do a quick recap of why I'm so sad. It was the week of hell for me. But we'll get into the minutia of those games later. But rough week for your boy. Rough week. And Christmas is canceled. That's my lone goal now, is to cancel Christmas. I'm the JD who stole Christmas. I'm going to ruin everyone's Christmas. I'm very upset.
Oh my God. Listen, I understand your pain, buddy. Listen, nobody had a worse week in sports than me than week 3 of the college football.
No.
Listen, my team got
did not lose to your arch rival twice.
That are Michigan State.
And got beat by 2 Harbaughs.
Got their heads kicked in.
I hate the Harbaughs.
I know you hate the Harbaughs, but here's the problem: is that you are just like you guys are spoiled as Ohio State fans.
Yeah,
I kind of like the Harbaughs. I'm not Jim. I like John. He's a good coach.
Fine. No, he's a good coach, but how can I like him when I'm?
I know. I'm sorry, JD. I'm very sorry.
No, but my point is this weekend, I'd argue I had a worse sports weekend than I don't know if I've ever had. Like that loss, that's program changing. And the gross thing about it is Michigan now has a cakewalk to a national championship. I don't think they'll win it, but I think they'll go. That's what's really upsetting here. But losing to your arch rival, my point is, Jared, is yes, we've had weekends where both of our college and NFL teams lost. Week 3, you lost to Michigan State. You know what I mean? That's not it sucked. It took you out of contention. I get that feeling. Oregon sucked when we lost to Oregon, but this is I have to live with this. 50% of the people I know are Michigan fans for the next year. And I'm the Ohio State fan they think of. So it's brutal. And I'm not taking away any sports losses for anyone. I get it. But you know what I'm saying with the losing to your rival hits different than just your average losses. Oh, Samir, you're muted, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
Samir, mute
I have to say this.
Colorcast. Mute your Colorcast. We need you on this microphone.
No. What I'm saying is, okay. Okay,
Stick with us here.
Sorry. Little technical difficulties here in the background. Wait a minute. And we're figuring it out.
All right.
But I have to say is, JD, since you have kind of become this, or you have been, you chose it. You were a secondary, New York Giants fan, kind of helped me out here. For me, I've started to become, a secondary Browns fan.
Thank you.
I've become increasingly more worried. And Ohio State, I'm really doing this for you. And yeah, it hurt me a little bit. So I'm like, damn, JD must be crushed.
Being in Ann Arbor,
an ounce of your pain.
Yeah, being in Ann Arbor too. I've never been, and I'll never go back.
Rough,
Place is a shithole. I'll never be back. Seriously,
So
we had to walk
Michigan,
two
is this in my
miles
opinion? I've never been to
from
Michigan.
them.
So is Michigan just even more darker and depressing unless you go
Yes.
up to the Upper Peninsula than
Yeah.
Ohio?
So Michigan has great lakes. I will say that. Great inland lakes in the summer. The Irish Hills, more Lansing area, I think. Either way, really nice in the summer. It does have some redeeming qualities, but in the winter, yeah, it's just more north. It's just darker. It's colder. It's very Canada-esque. And, their major cities aren't great, Detroit and like UP's sweet. Yeah, no, if you go up UP in the winter, that's fun. I've done a snowmobile trip. That's fun. No, but I will say, like, rivalry aside, I don't like the town of Ann Arbor. The fact that I had to walk 1.5 miles from the stadium to the nearest bar is ridiculous.
That's
I was there. Yeah, that was insane. And I was not impressed with the bar scene. And the tailgate setup was fine, but we walked around we used the digital antenna, which usually works at every Ohio State game I've ever been to. We walked around the entire parking lot. Not one person's digital antenna was picking up Fox, which is a channel it's supposed to pick up. So there wasn't one TV that had the game in the parking lot, like tailgating. Like, how can you not watch the game while tailgating? That was always our plan. So I messed around with the TV for a good 2 hours before game time until we called it quits and packed up our tailgate and ran to a bar. So it was just a shit show day. And then it snowed, and it took us, it's usually an hour trip from our town. It took us almost 2 hours with the blizzard. We had to stay sober to get home towards it was just a shit show. It was just an utter shit show. So it was just a bad day on top of a bad thing that happened. So, but Michigan deserved it. They totally, utterly kicked our ass. But we can talk about that more during college football. So.
Haskins is a fucking animal, by the way. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like, I was blown away by just the sheer will of that guy to score. Like, he just wouldn't go down. And it was, I've seen power backs. Come on, I grew up with LeGarrette Blount. I watched Lendell White. Like, I saw all these guys with my childhood just bulldoze through people. This dude was possessed, and it was definitely a once in a, I guess, lifetime performance.
And it wasn't just him. I will give Haskins a lot of credit, obviously having a notes for the end zone and all that. But it didn't matter. They put Corum in there. Like, at the end of the day, Ohio State's rush defense, I've been saying it all year, is not good. They just haven't played a good running back and good running game since Oregon. Oregon exposed them, and then we had false confidence that we thought we were okay because we hadn't played a good running back or a good running game. I thought there was cracks. I didn't think they were that bad, but they got utterly exposed. We got pushed around. I mean, Blake Corum, when he came in, ran well. Edwards, that freshman, came in. They all ran well. It just goes to show that we played soft run defense, and I guess it's time to clean house on the defensive side of the football. And it's not the Ohio State football defense I remember. From the really good teams we've had the last couple of years, it's turned into kind of Big 12, a lot of offense and figure out defense, and that's just not a style of winning national championships. And Ryan Day's really got to do something on that side of the ball. But all credit to Michigan.
I will say this year I've gained a lot of respect for Ryan Day as a coach. I really have. I think he's definitely improved. His offensive play calling is incredible. But listen, it's. JD, listen, we lost to our rivals this year. I know it's not even close to the same.
But fair. Yep.
Yeah, but it's like
it sucks.
We lost to Florida State on a last-second touchdown that should have been prevented. But now Rhett Lashley's gone. He's going. By the way, congrats to Rhett Lashley, coaching new SMU head coach. There we go,
congrats,
Rhett.
Coach. Congrats. Good stuff.
Also, we have a ton of listen, college. We're gonna get into the rail stuff. This is our opening chat for those of you, by the way, who are checking us out on Colorcast. This is, of course, the Korner Booth podcast.
Hey guys,
the way we always roll with it is simply this: we shoot the shit for maybe 20 minutes to start the show, and then we get rock and rolling at rapid speed because we're always behind. That's how the show usually goes. So, as par for the course, we're just talking about our weekends. It's okay. It makes you feel better, JD. I drank 7 double IPAs after the Eagles lost to the Giants. Yeah. Because I didn't have to work until the next day at, I don't know.
That was the worst. I couldn't even get just sad, hammered, drunk. I had to, we had to get our way home and all that. So,
I just found out our boy me and Mr. Maserati have to go to Eagles Washington on the 18th or 19th. It's a 1:00 game. I have to drive because his car's gonna be in the shop. And of course, the craziest thing is now is he can't take work off the next day, so we got to drive back from
Ugh.
Philly. Yeah, it's all right. It's only a 4-hour drive, but 4.5. But yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it was a crazy week in college football. So let's get rocking and rolling. We're actually going to do things differently. We're going to talk Monday Night Football during the one-sentence game because that game was so shitty. It doesn't need any other introduction besides the one sentence.
I didn't watch it, like straight up.
I watched
I didn't
5
watch it.
minutes of it while I was taking a bathroom break.
My
Wow,
heart just couldn't
that's
take
cool.
football anymore.
I have to say,
was one
as
of
a
those,
fan
like,
of-
I just wanted to
as
be
a-
done with football for the weekend.
As a fan of Michael Dixon, as a fan of punting, I really enjoyed this game. I thought he was great
For the
out
brand,
there.
Samir.
For the brand.
It was a good
Look,
game for the
this
brand.
Drake McAfee on this one. I love it.
But
McAfee, Fender
like,
program. Yeah.
he was dropping dives
No big
inside
deal.
the 20, like punt after punt. I was, this guy, it's like great to watch. It's like this guy's great.
Have you guys heard
He's the best
about
punter in the
punters in fantasy? How broken they are?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
My
I haven't
friend
even-
told me about that, and he's like, "We should make a league next year and do punters just for fun." And I'm like, "I
You
don't
have
have any
punters?
interest."
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
and they're
really
if
broken.
you're,
Like,
if you have a good punter on a
It's like
bad
40
team,
points.
that's broken.
yeah. No, because
Like,
they just like if they put it within 10, it's like a ridiculous. Like it's more than like a touchdown. Like it's so weird the way it's done.
McAfee definitely rallied for this, and he got his wish.
Hey,
All right.
There's
We-
more
we-
skill
we-
than picking a defense.
We've ran around the ball a little bit. Let's hit the college football. We talked about it a little bit already, but the game was this weekend. Michigan, Ohio State. I had a 3-leg parlay. It hit initially with Michigan, Ohio State. I should have flipped it, Samir. We talked about this off camera. I had Alabama losing outright and Michigan covering, and I was irate about just the stupidity that was that parlay I made. Also, screw the Titans for not putting up a fight.
Yeah,
I
to
definitely.
be honest, I mean, the Alabama loss was an interesting choice.
But you were spot on almost. It just took
Close.
some stupid shit from Auburn. Auburn almost made it like a little better. Like, all right, like at least Bama's gonna like unexpectedly lose to their rival too on
That
the
would have
road.
been crazy.
And they 100% should have.
Auburn had it.
Auburn
That
had
kid
it in the
falls down and
bag.
bounds. The game's over.
It's unbelievable.
They're
I
not getting
thought
down the field. If
God,
they are, it's
freaking
going to take them
Bama.
forever. Like
Oh,
it was
so
just, oh my
lucky.
God.
so
But
lucky.
listen,
They're not
all
that
credit
good.
due to Bryce
They're
Young.
genuinely not that good.
All credit to Bryce Young. He said, "Okay, I'm up. Let's do this," and they score. But Auburn had it, and they lost it. That's what drives me irate about this. Is it turns into this whole, oh well, we should Auburn had it right there. Bama's still like a one-loss team. Yeah, for now. Georgia, I don't know what to make because all the title games are next week, right?
Yes.
I don't understand what's going to happen in the SEC game. Either
No.
Georgia's going to buzzsaw Alabama, or Bama's going to find some fucking way to win or make it real close.
Bama's not that good, so it frustrates me. But yet, it's something about it. Like Saban just has Kirby Smart's number. Like I don't know. Like no matter what the line is, I'm going to sit there and be like you're going to be so mad at yourself when Bama freaking wins by a field goal. Like it just feels like that's a very real possibility. Even though the evidence is out there. Like this is the most average Bama team in the last 10 years, maybe. Yet they still could win a national championship, which is insane.
For Bama,
That's what I'm saying. Bama team, yeah. This Bama team is not great. Which is frustrating about this whole season in college football is it obviously I'm not just saying this because even if Ohio State won, I'd still say this. This is as weak of a college football year as we've ever had. Georgia's really good, and everyone else is like you have some good teams after that. The last couple years, we've had like in the playoff, like 3 to 4, like great teams.
Crazy teams.
Like anyone who made the playoff in 2018, 2019, or 2020, or at least was top 3, honestly, I think would win this year or at least compete with Georgia. It's crazy. It's as wide open as it's been.
What kills me here is that so let's look at some of the perennial powers in every conference, right? Alabama is not the world beater elite they have been for the past 10 years. They're still amazing, but they're not the best team in their own conference. That's Georgia. Georgia's offense is okay. Their defense is legitimately insane.
But Georgia's gettable. Yeah.
Yeah, Georgia's beatable. You just need Cincinnati basically took them to the wire last year, and they're almost very similar.
Won.
Not the same, but close. This is why I put money on Cincy to win the title, because if they get a shot,
it's not a bad.
They get a shot. Listen, I walk away with $1,200. I'm not complaining.
I don't think they are, but for the money, that's.
I also threw in a hedge. I threw in Michigan as my hedge.
Gross.
I think that if anyone can beat the Georgia team, maybe even just outscore Georgia, it might. And I hate to be like Kevin, but it just might be Bryce Young. Guy's legit.
Listen, that dude's
really good.
He is the best quarterback in the nation right now. I think CJ Stroud is getting there, but Young is about a year ahead of him.
I don't know. I didn't watch that Auburn game, and I think, wow, Bryce Young. They scored. You know what I mean? Yes, that last drive was impressive, but nothing about that game was ooh, Bryce Young
is my freshman, but I'm not going to. That's homerism, and it's not true. Even though he is the first ACC rookie in the history of the conference to throw for, I think it was 5 straight.
All right, here we go.
3 straight touchdowns and 300+ yards. Listen, Van Dyke's a monster. I can't knock it.
Talking Heisman, we got to get Van Dyke's name in
Van Dyke for Heisman. Yeah, we're doing this next year. I will make T-shirts now.
I can't wait for whoever his backup is, week 6, Jared, to be no, I'm telling you guys, this kid is good. I've always said Van Dyke sucks.
He's got what the you need.
Listen, okay. To be fair,
he's got that.
I was hyping up Garcia early in the season. I was not hyping up Van Dyke. I thought Van Dyke was not that good. I was wrong. I was on the Jake Garcia train. I also had the unpopular opinion. I was not the biggest fan of King starting the season. I wanted Van Dyke or Garcia to get murked by Alabama, and we'll call it a day.
I don't remember that, but it might be true, honestly.
No, that was private convo between my friends and I.
Oh, okay.
Some of them who are on the show, some of them have been on the show. But
either way, this is the worst Heisman. This will go down as one of the worst Heismans we've ever seen, no matter who wins it. You know what I mean? Bryce Young is good, but if he wins it, he is super okay.
Yeah,
he's not the best Bama quarterback in the last 5 years. He's not even top 3, which is crazy. And I could argue the same thing about CJ Stroud. He's probably he's a freshman. He'll grow. Him and Bryce Young will probably win a Heisman in the future, if not another, whoever ends up winning it. But it'll go down this will go to, even now Aiden Hutchinson, who had a great game, is an unbelievable player. And I actually said before this game, I think he's the best defensive player in the country. He had a great game, and now he's 3rd odds to win the Heisman. But I have a problem with that too, because it's we have had so much better defensive players come through and get invited to the Heisman and not win it. For him to win it would feel so cheap to Chase Young and Ndamukong Suh and these guys that just had disgusting numbers compared to him. And just because it's a down year, it's well, give it to the defensive player. He's not the best defensive player in a long time. He's really just not. I
understand if he was he played tight end too. That'd be legit. Okay, let's give this kid the ball. Give this kid a shot. Because if he's caught 7 touchdowns during the year as a tight end, that'd be awesome. But I honestly think it's still God, what's his from Michigan State? His name
Kenneth
something.
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker. I thought it was Walker. Kenneth Walker. I still think he gets it.
Is this the year of running
no
back
shot
being MVPs?
He has been he's not going to get offense.
No, I don't think he will either.
No, he's
been absurd.
He's not even the top 5 odds anymore. He's dropped. He had 20 yards against Ohio State. He's not going to get it.
You guys are the ultimate buzzkill for college football.
I just telling you, the odds are a good way to track it. It's going to be right now. It's Bryce. Bryce Young's probably going to win, especially if Bryce Young has the last laugh. If he plays very good against that Georgia defense, Bryce Young will win. But CJ Stroud didn't play bad against Michigan. Actually, numbers wise, pretty good. But no one's going to think of that as a Heisman moment. That's his last. Yeah.
What kills me the most about, I think, Ohio State, Michigan, and I guess because I want to talk a little bit more because I kind of want to break down those championship games quick because they're announcing the college football last one before championship week. And I seriously think it's going to go Georgia 1, probably still Bama 2, and then Cincy 3.
Michigan, I think, will take over too.
I think they'll put Cincy ahead of Michigan.
No chance. Ohio State and Michigan had literally the same argument going in. The winner of that game was going to get the 2.
I just, for some reason, think Cincy's going to be ahead of them by 1 spot. And then my first 2 out are Oklahoma State and
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, which kills me because I hate Notre Dame so. My Miami fandom and my fandom of college teams.
Brian Kelly, giving them the big middle finger with a chance to win a national championship.
Perfect, like a golf clap for JD with the alley oop there, guys. We had a crazy 24 hours with coaching changes.
Yeah, and literally coaching changes in the middle of the night.
Of course, I shouted out Rhett Lashley. Miami OC going to SMU, but that's just out of respect. We've got Brian Kelly going to LSU and in the middle of nowhere. I got the announcement at 8 o'clock last night or whatever. It was
kind of circulating, and then he sent the text to his players, which is such a dick move. But we can talk.
That was crazy, man.
That text reads so bad.
At 7
I would have
a.m.
been pissed if I was a Notre Dame player and I got that.
I would make it at noon. There was reports that the meeting was 11 minutes. The meeting was quick, and it's wow, you really got me up, made me come all the way here.
I would have lost my crap losing it. Well, let's talk about at least Notre Dame, they haven't lost half their guys yet. Oklahoma is on a fire sale. It's are they just gonna? They should just go to the Mountain West at this point. Just call it a day.
I was listening today to Paul Feinbaum, and he was like, "This will keep them the SEC, and it's just making the Big 12 want them less. Who wants Oklahoma now? Now they're just going to be a."
This is the problem I have too. Is athletic director fans are all mad at Lincoln Riley, and the athletic director made a comment it would have been nice to have a little more notice or something like that. And it also would have been nice to give a little notice to the Big 12 before you gave them the middle finger. You did the same exact thing to the Big 12 conference, so no one feels bad for you right now. No one. Because you screwed an entire conference by pulling away without telling anybody, you and Texas off to the SEC and leaving the Big 12 in shambles. So no one feels bad for you right now that the same thing happened to you. Karma's a bitch.
College is the ultimate karma sport. Can we talk college football? It might be the ultimate karma sport.
It's football in general. Football is
very karma driven, but college football is evil when it comes to karma. Let's talk about this a second. Oklahoma and Texas, JD hit on the head. They're leaving for the SEC. They didn't tell the Big 12 at all. The Big 12 was going to have to pull guys out of the Mountain West, AAC, and everything.
Cincy, Houston, yep.
Yeah. But now, Oklahoma's screwed. They lost, 2 5-star recruits in a matter of an hour? They lost both their quarterbacks are transferring. Is Williams going to – I think Caleb Williams, I heard, might be transferring to USC. That's kind of like the odds-on Vegas favorite right now.
That's what I would do if I were him.
Look, if I am like Caleb Williams right now, the guy who believed in me and gave me a shot, I am following him. Also, by the way, a lot easier to get weapons at USC than there is at Oklahoma.
Not to mention the NIL deals with Lincoln Riley in LA.
And listen, poor man's Patrick Mahomes. Spencer Rattler. He's probably gonna have to go to a Mountain West school. Who's gonna take him except for being a backup?
Somebody will take him. He's still talented. But yeah, it is.
He needs to be. Listen,
it's crazy. But did you see that contract? Lincoln Riley.
It's wow,
dude. All of these contracts,
$110 million. He's getting a half. USC is buying his home in Norman for $500,000 over asking price. They are buying a $6 million home for him in LA. Not to mention his family gets 24/7 access to a private jet at all times.
That's
hey,
incredible.
Honey, you want to go, private jet tonight and, a couple hours south and go get, pizza or something? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I get it. And Lincoln Riley, I think it's an awesome career move because, look, you go to the SEC. Don't get me wrong. SEC, most competitive year in, year out conference in college football. It's tough to be a head coach there because unless you beat Saban, which nobody does, or if you have a down year, ask Dan Mullen. Last year, you would have said one of the best names in coaching, right? He just got fired because he had a down year. They have no patience in the South. None. So like if he can go to USC, he can like go there and just kind of build something. And the Pac-12, Samir, I know you're an Oregon fan, and Oregon.
I was about to say, you guys,
but it's right for the taken. No, like it's right for the taken. Oregon's the only legitimate program out there that competes.
It's about to get worse because Samir, I don't know if you heard the rumors that are going around through Eugene and Miami. Apparently, Cristobal has been getting calls already.
It's not gonna happen.
He's taking it. He's taking the calls. Like he's like thinking about it.
There's too many good programs open, Samir. That's the only thing that would scare me if I were you. There's so many openings.
He won a chip at Miami.
He's a big name.
Too. Miami's recruiting base is 1,000 times bigger than Oregon's. Oregon only gets
for sure.
Miami specifically.
And so it's like, and also like, I'd rather honestly, if heart of hearts, I would rather have Cristobal than Kiffin.
Oh, he's a better coach. 1,000
easily.
Also, Cristobal gets the Miami culture. He played here under Schnellenberger. I think Johnson too. I'm not sure.
But I didn't know that his name was going around for Miami. I think Cristobal.
I just heard
no offense, Jared, can go for a bigger job like Oklahoma.
I was like, oh.
I don't think Oregon to Miami's
to Oklahoma
or Miami's a down step. I'm sorry, it is.
What?
I think
Oregon to Miami is a down step. I don't think he'll go to Miami. He'd go to like an Oklahoma or Florida.
Sure, okay, I could see him maybe wanting to build a culture. Sure. I could potentially see that, but he already built something so great in Oregon. Stay.
He might, which he seems like that guy though, Samir. Like he does seem like
that's what I'm thinking.
The one odd thing is the one wild card here is Miami fired their old AD Blake James, who was like part of the whole Al Golden, Mark Richt era. Who I don't even know who the new guy is right now, but he's already like been like cleaning house. Like Diaz is gone at the end of the year, which sucks because I love Manny Diaz, but I just think he's an excellent recruiter and a great defensive coordinator, but he is not a good head coach. He has zero control over his players. And it took until like guys like Van Dyke and James Williams running the offensive defense for them to actually play well. I really want to talk about Miami this long, but it all came up with Cristobal.
Yeah, so. I was gonna say there's a lot of big shit going on. Not that I don't love talking Miami
football. I know. Listen, I'm trying to get us to move on.
But here, okay? Brian Kelly, I saw Kevin saying this. I think because it's LSU and LSU, I guess, can't have nice things. Brian Kelly is a top 5, maybe like higher coach in college football. Brian Kelly is an incredible coach. What he's done at Notre Dame is nothing to be sneezed at. He's got them to the playoff, 3 or 4 times? Like in an era where like the same teams go to the playoff every year. And so what? He's gotten his ass kicked. Doesn't matter. There are teams that can't get to that point, and he has. His team's always overperformed. The fact that this Notre Dame team has 1 loss is incredible because this is not a good Notre Dame team. It's one of the worst they've had. Like Brian Kelly, I think, because you also have to understand, like Notre Dame has all these like academic standards and like all these religious standards and all these different things. Like it doesn't make it a necessarily like top spot for recruits to want to come to. It obviously has tradition and all that. It's a tough place to recruit against. Like it's hard to recruit against Ohio State and Michigan and Penn State, which are more cool programs and less academically high in the Midwest. And he's done it to the best. I think he is going to kill at LSU.
Oh no,
I think that is an excellent hire. Like swing for the fences and got
100%.
LSU doesn't need another like Bayou gimmicky, LSU guy. No, he needs a guy who's going to come there and he's going to build a program. Dude, and that's why I think Kevin's a little scared. That's why he's saying 2 years. Because I'd be terrified if Brian Kelly was coming in my backyard.
I wasn't even going to make a joke about Bama yet. Only because, they still have LSU's number this year. Even though LSU gave him a fucking game this year, which was impressive. Yeah, also,
LSU's in shambles.
I saw the most first world problem tweet from multiple Bama fans. We should have beaten them by more. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding,
dude. Oh my god.
But I was like,
anyway, this Bama.
LSU also has pumped out prospects for years.
Yeah.
Right. So JD, I love that you brought this up because you took my point and sprinted with it. And I love it because I was literally sitting there wanting to talk about this. Brian Kelly has recruited with the tightest restrictions. Now, basically, he gets his pick of the litter in the South. East, he gets West Texas. He gets Bama. He gets Mississippi. He gets North Florida. He gets all this area, like Arkansas, all this, basically anywhere he wants in the South and some of the East Coast, and can just pick and choose what he wants, and it's going to be great. I honestly think this is the best hire. I think USC and Lincoln Riley is going to be fun, but I don't think we're ever going to win a chip.
Brian Kelly's the biggest splash. But I think Brian Kelly is the best hire. He's the better coach. He's a better coach than Lincoln Riley.
If I am an SEC fan, Bama and Georgia, not for now. Let's see him actually get adjusted with the system and the culture down there. But at least in the next 5 years, I can see LSU winning another title. No question. Like, I would tell you now.
Here's the thing. LSU has all the resources. Like we said, the standards are a little lower to like get people in and things like that. So you'll still get like LSU talent. LSU's always had the skill position, but Brian Kelly will go get you those 5-star offensive linemen as well. Like that big 5-star tight end, like a big 5-star middle linebacker, stuff like that.
All right. Our boy Bill and Kev, by the way, shout out to our Colorcast chat for those chiming in. Mr. Ryan McCarthy, of course, of No Credentials Required as well, commenting about Hurts throwing inside. We'll talk about that later. Kev did bring up a good point. Brian Kelly's 0-2 against Bama, Georgia, and FSU with Jimbo Fisher. But here's the kicker. He didn't have the talent base he's got now.
I was going to say, he was outmatched in all those games. It's impressive he got to those games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, Brian Kelly is still – listen, I will still think that Brian Kelly is something I'm not going to repeat on air right now because Miami basically kicked his head in after he was talking smack about the turnover chain. Still one of my favorite moments of college football history. But Brian Kelly as a coach and a recruiter is top tier in both. And he's been playing with one hand behind his back for 4 years. He left Cincinnati, 11, 12? He's been playing with one hand behind his back the entire time. Now he basically gets to go. I think this is a slam dunk. I think it's perfect. I love it. I think
totally agree.
If I'm okay, we'll grade. You guys want to go around the table, grade these quick before we move on to one sentence game?
Sure.
All right. We'll go Lincoln Riley first. I give it an A-. I think Riley's gonna be a great fit, but the Pac-12 is such a wild conference, and USC is such a toxic job. I think he's gonna struggle, but he's still gonna win a lot of games.
You have to grade it right in context. Like Lincoln Riley is an A+ hire for USC.
A+ higher, but also taking in context what could happen down there.
I don't know if he's an A+ coach, but I don't know if they could have gotten someone better. And I love that they put their balls on the table, man, and blank checked him because that's what they had to do. They had to go make a splash. It's been too long. I'll give it an A+. It's an A+ higher.
I'll give it an A.
All right. I'm gonna be the guy that says A-. I was kind of on that B+ A- range, but no, you guys are right. It is an A+ higher to get. He's an A+ coach, A+ college football coach in terms of name. And I will say, as an Oregon fan, I'm a little scared. Like this is like USC is one of the only other Pac-12 teams that could just put all their balls out and just spend money and
all their balls.
All of their balls. And there's a lot of balls there in Southern California. And
I thought it'd be less in Southern California.
I don't even know what I'm not even tracking this metaphor, to be honest.
We're I mean, maybe there's a lot of deserts, I guess.
Ball tracker, Samir.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like Santa Claus.
Samir's a little worried over there. I think that's what.
But I am a little worried. I just think that
your West Coast supremacy is.
They could 100% bill it. It is being challenged. I do think Oregon is also a team that has taken a step, kind of like as an institution. You know what I mean? Like in the 90s and like kind of coming up now. Like they had good recruiting classes, but now it's like consistent good recruiting classes every year.
What's impressive is Oregon has shown itself that the program. It's gotten to that level of the big time programs that it's bigger than the coach. They continue to get good coaches, yes, but the program wasn't just Chip Kelly. And then it wasn't just, I'm having a brain fart of who was there in the national championship. I could see his face, or it wasn't just like a player like Marcus Mariota or things like that. That Oregon program has continued and here's the thing, the Pac-12 is still not overly competitive. Like even if USC is back, yes, it challenges Oregon, but that doesn't mean Oregon's program is just
they're winning the
fall
South
off the face of the earth.
Who's
what I mean? They're still going to be competing every year.
Okay, so like one of the best chats I saw, somebody their username's LOL, but seriously though, they said I think Riley will turn USC into not trash. I'll take that one. I love that take because USC honestly has been the most underperforming program in recent memory to me. They make Texas and Miami look functional. How did you hang on to Clay Helton for that long? Clay Helton may be one of the worst head coaches to keep a job. He made Al Golden look competent, which is scary. And my boy Willie Taggart. But I will say this: I think in the South, Chip Kelly had his year, still fumbled. Utah had another shot. They still are going to get their heads kicked in by Oregon. Oregon wants a rematch, and Oregon's going to take it. Samir, I think Cristobal is going to go out in his before he transfers back to South Florida. I think he's gonna give Oregon one more head kick in for Utah.
I think so. I mean, I don't know if
I always said they'd split. And that meant I really did. And I do think Oregon still will probably.
JD, you might be a wizard. You just got to trust your powers.
I do have to break. We have a little bit of news here. I know we're not planning to talk a lot of basketball, but I just got.
We're gonna see. Yeah, we're about to transition.
Bucks play Duke tonight at home.
Samir, before we run this rapid fire, boys, quick before we move on. Brian Kelly to LSU. I'll go first. A+. Hits every check mark. Go.
A+. Yeah. I'm in.
A+. I'm all in. Coach.
A+.
Yeah, we all just like him. And anyone that can challenge Bama, I just want to challenge to Bama. But anyways, in basketball, LeBron just got COVID. He's got to be out 10 days. Yeah. And, I want to say this, and this is very interesting because the Lakers look like dog shit. They look horrible. The loss against the Knicks, really bad. The only time that they look good is when AD decides to try. I mean, that's literally the only time. Their defense is not what it was last year or the year before. And yeah, Russell Westbrook just puts up empty stats. Very interesting.
Champs have won 8 in a row.
Also, my Timberwolves have won 7-8. Check out my Korner Booth shots on TikTok, by the way.
Yeah, check out that Korner Booth shots. Anthony Edwards, we love Anthony Edwards over here.
We are an Anthony Edwards show. I am doing my rave dance right now because watching the Lakers crash and burn is making me so happy.
Oh, I love it. I'm a Celtics fan.
I loved the Lakers. I didn't love it. I liked the Lakers growing up because I loved Shaq. I loved Kobe. I loved Lamar Odom. I loved Gary Payton. And I liked
Derek Fisher, yo. I love
Fish a little bit, yeah. Big Shot Bob, literally the greatest role player of all time. But he's
Andrew Bynum, yo.
Yes. Dude, him and bowl cut are welcome any day.
And obviously Paul Gasol.
Paul Gasol, yes. But here's the thing: is for me, I hate LeBron so much that it tarnished the Lakers to me. I think him going to LA,
you want a ring?
I don't give it crap. I'll pull that ring away. It's got a big 2020 asterisk on it. Just like the Dodgers piece of shit.
He hates LeBron.
I am the driver, president, CEO, and treasurer of the LeBron James is overrated fan club.
Okay, I think you might be sitting next to Skip Bayless.
Oh no, Skip's our mascot. We pay him like $1 million a year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Skip's the puppet. Jared's the one saying it.
I'm pulling the strings.
He's the guy pulling the strings. Yes.
I also use him to make Dallas Cowboy fans look even more ridiculous. It's all a master plan.
It's a hard job, but he does it well.
It's not a hard job, but man, he swings with it, man. Woo!
Before we finish college football, can I also just add it now that this first of all took Michigan to beat Ohio State to just destroy the fabric of college football. No one knows what's happening. It's crazy. So that's probably why. Obviously, I have to make this about me, but I also do think Luke Fickell to Notre Dame makes a ton of sense. He feels Notre Dame. He's Midwest. He seems like the guy who loves the tradition. His biggest mentor is Jim Tressel. He has said he refuses to blow out these teams for the playoffs or whatever for style points because he was taught coming up that's just not the right thing to do. He's a Jim Tressel guy. So he feels very Notre Dame. But that being said, if Marcus Freeman, who I think is the best, maybe best coordinator in football right now, their defensive coordinator, makes a run with them, he might get the job too. I also selfishly want Ryan Day to call Marcus Freeman and offer him a blank check to come call the defense for Ohio State because I think he is one of the best up-and-coming coaches, and he will be a head coach. If not Notre Dame next year, he will be soon. Look out for Marcus Freeman. I think he's one of the best young coaches in football. But I just wanted to finish my college football.
Samir, since you are a resident baseball expert, let's hit the diamond a little bit. First of all, Mad Max going
this
to
is
New
where
York.
I check out.
Yeah, JD's gonna go on his little JD. So when you go to the store, you want to grab me some street corn Cheetos and
sure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Get me combos. I want combos, and I've been low key fiending for Gushers recently.
Oh yeah, also JD, give me a 6-pack of some good IPA. I don't know.
Okay, gotcha. Done.
All right, go JD. Anyways, There's a lot of things to discuss. Sure, we could talk Bad Max first. That contract is absurd, especially for a 37-year-old pitcher.
The best contract I've ever seen.
It's crazy. I mean, will it work out? I mean, I think he'll be good. I don't think that'll make the team good. What the Mets are doing is interesting. Also, the Starling Marte, you're going to pay a center fielder almost $20 million into their age 37 season. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. There's a lot of signings. I think I want to address off the bat the strike, the CBA, what's going on. Craziness. I don't know if you guys saw this, broke like maybe an hour or two ago, maybe. The report that the MLB was using 2 different balls interchangeably throughout the season, and they didn't tell coaches or players. So essentially, tampering. That's you're using.
Well, Rob Manfred is also a worse mafia boss than Bud Selig was. We've seen this for the last 4 years. He's been the commissioner or more.
Yeah, and
Manfred's a tool. I can't stand him. He's the worst commissioner in sports.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Gary Bettman's pretty bad.
Oh no, Bettman's just a buffoon.
But
Bettman's just
fundamentally, baseball is the most flawed league right now, I think.
Because there's literally, he's given the 4th most popular sport in America, and he still manages to look like a dumbass, but at least he doesn't screw the sport over. I mean, you know, they might have wanted to promote Sidney Crosby harder for the last 10 years, but whatever, that's his fault. But, you know, or Ovechkin, right? These guys, they basically have so many stars, and they don't promote them right. But baseball is the worst. I agree with Samir here. It's because
he's a salary base.
It's salary
cap.
I love that. Like you have all these players who are such personalities. Why isn't Javi Baez a beloved player? Why are there still unwritten rules? Why are there multiple balls being tampered with? And why the hell are like small market teams almost being forced to sell off assets like they're going bankrupt every offseason?
5 years.
And then to watch these big market teams who scoop up all these assets still fucking lose in the playoffs. It's what makes me love baseball, because no matter what, you can pay all the money you want, you can still lose. It's great. But here's what kills me is that with Manfred, everything he does pisses me off. Everything. Seriously.
Well, he's just trying to change the game fundamentally instead of where it should be fixed. There are issues with the game. I do agree. But what he's trying to do or aiming to do doesn't seem like it's really going anywhere. And I think that's a problem now, because I think we're getting a lockout. We're 100% getting a lockout. Now that this tampering news broke, you know, there have been theories that it's like they juice the balls depending on the free agent class to change the free agent market, yada, yada, yada. It's a little too much. And I think the reports were that the union and the owners met for 30 minutes, and they walked out. Players left after 30 minutes, and that is not a good sign.
I'm guaranteeing we won't see. I think spring training is going to be at least, if at the best, it's going to be at least 10 days behind schedule. Like we're not seeing pitchers that they're still like my birthday, mid-March.
Probably.
But I also think the MLB and the owners are such like goons for money. They will settle their beef fast enough to play. Because they know, with MLB's in a weird position, the NBA's ratings are dropping. The NFL always has their control over ratings 24/7. And hockey's going to be hockey. But MLB still has this vacuum where they can still make money. They're not idiots. I think we'll still have a full season next year. We're going to have a shortened spring training, guaranteed.
Yeah, but leading into that, I think, leading to free agency, I think the CBA might be the reason that a lot of our big teams – Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers aren't spending right now. I think they know something about the CBA that we don't. A possible hard salary cap, a resetting of the luxury tax, something.
I think a soft cap like the NBA is probably the better fit.
Yeah. And now we're seeing all these teams spending because of the lockout. So we have a ton of things to go over. Yeah, Mad Max today. Javi Baez to the Tigers. The Rangers are a team now. Rangers got Simeon. Rangers got Seager.
That's a hell of a
best middle infielder in the league.
Get Kershaw.
They might just get Kershaw. They got John Gray.
Good. Get him out of the NL West. Wait, no, I want him to stay in the NL West because the Diamondbacks own his ass. Breaking news, by the way, the college football playoff was announced. The rankings in order. 6th, Notre Dame. We called this. 5th, Oklahoma State. We called it. 4th, Cincinnati. Third, Roll Tide.
Told
And
you.
second, Big Blue.
I told you they would just take Ohio State's spot.
And then
no
number
chance.
one, of course, the man eaters that are Georgia.
Yep. Nope. That's what I expected. Ohio State,
Yeah,
I think,
that
came
makes
in at
sense.
7 there too, which seemed about right.
Well, there you go. That's the last one before
The one.
the big one. So
championship weekend. We'll have to make our championship weekend predictions on the.
I think
the
JD,
live
I
stream.
think you have to fly out to the East Coast and come hang out with us.
That'd be good.
Or drive out.
To watch just me be in pain. I'm not like this is the worst playoff. I hate all these teams.
I just thought about this.
Go Cowboys. I'm an Oklahoma State fan.
Because Cincinnati's Ohio State's little brother in the state, and then you have
Yeah, they'll be annoying.
Oh, I know. And then you have Michigan. You're like
who's the number one can't win. Like I would have any Bama, Georgia.
And then you have
number one
Bama
can't
because they're annoying ass fans. And then you have
Bama might be two.
And then you have
Georgia, like just Georgia SEC.
Georgia's like I think Georgia's your number one. Like because
Oklahoma State, but they have no chance to win.
Yeah, I think Georgia's pretty close because at least like Georgia's got no issue with Ohio State.
Georgia's a good team. The SEC dominance. I'll have to hear that for another year.
But it's Georgia who has bucked the trends because they have not won a national title ever. Or at least
I don't love Georgia, but Georgia is probably like just. And if Georgia just dominates from start to finish, it can be like, Georgia was really good. Everyone else wasn't that good. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird.
Which
year.
I think, could be the case.
If they just dominate from start to finish, that'll be the storyline of this season, and we'll just move on. Kind of a weird year. That would be probably best.
Any other baseball comments before we move on?
Okay. So
watch out for the Guardians.
Watch out for the Mariners. That's a team I want everyone.
My
to
boy,
think about.
Robbie Ray got paid, baby.
Robbie Ray got paid.
I love that dude, man.
They went in, okay, so first off, that team won 90 games last year?
They're right on the cusp, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, they go out and get Adam Frazier, who's just a guy that'll give you great at bats, and that's just who they needed right.
Isn't he about 300 plus hitter, maybe like 70, 80 RBIs too? Like
he's
just a
good. Yeah,
he's a good setup guy for a power hitter. He's perfect.
Yeah. And this outfield is blooming. Kellenick's gonna start getting better. Julio Rodriguez is gonna come up soon. Robbie Ray now you have locked up, who's great. Like that team is gonna be the most fun team to watch, and they're legit. And I think they might be my AL West favorite come the time. On that, the Rangers. Really, the AL West is about to get way fun. And then, as a Yankees fan, I don't know how to feel right now. I'm kind of pissed. We haven't done anything. Cashman hasn't done anything. I actually do want to say this. I was talking to this girl, and she was like, "Wait." She goes, "I know Brian Cashman's daughter. I'm friends with Brian Cashman's daughter. I met Brian Cashman." I was like, "All right, so I got to keep living my life after knowing this information." I was like, let me talk to him. I need to tell him what's going on. And to sign Chris Taylor. Essentially, as a Yankees fan, here's my selfish, perfect offseason. We trade for Matt Olson. We get Chris Taylor in center field. A solid 2 to 3 guy. Rodon, maybe. And then you get – who was I going to say? Olson. Then you get Trevor Story. I don't like Correa. Correa's too much money, I think.
I feel like the difference between the two of them is going to be like $200 million. But...
And Story is so good. I really think he's a great value.
Yeah. That man has haunted my nightmares for the past 8 years, 6 years, wherever he broke in the league with Colorado. I think I honestly agree with Samir, though. I think Story Yankees makes the most sense. But where the fuck does Correa go?
Not Detroit. I think he ends up back in Houston. I think he stays in Houston. I think he takes a hometown discount and realizes nobody else is going to be paying him that much money. Detroit was going to do it. They're not. I doubt the Yankees do. I don't see another fit. I think he takes $270 and he stays in Houston.
Listen, we got the cap space. Fuck it, we'll pay him.
Yeah, but Samir, I wanna go back to what you said earlier about do you think the big market teams with all the high payrolls already know something in the CBA, like a potential thing? That could signal to me though that Correa gone unsigned for this long, a little shady. The Yankees haven't made any moves. I think they might have a deal in place. They're waiting for the CBA.
Yeah, no, I think in a lot of these bigger name guys are comfortable waiting until after the lockout. Like Correa, I think is definitely comfortable waiting. I think the market's still going to be there,
Oh yeah.
So I think, the lockout begins tomorrow at midnight, I believe. So I don't think you're going to see a lot more. I think we saw the big flurry yesterday and today. And it was fun. It's like a snow day when you get the news.
I know, yeah.
That's what but yeah, I think a lot of these big games might have to be wait. And I think people want Brian Cashman fired just because they're impatient, I think, right now. I think something's going to happen.
I think some Yankees fans are very overly spoiled.
So
just wait. Can we talk about football?
Yeah, let's talk about
football. Even though I hate it.
Yeah, you hate sports, but yeah, let's do it.
I hate sports, but I guess football. We'll talk about.
All right, JD is officially running the one sentence game today.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
You're sitting there, you're a little hungry, you're waiting for, the turkey, but you need a little appetizer. So how does Andy Dalton sound in the Chicago Bears versus
the Red Rocket
Lions? Baby. I'll start right now with saying my sentence is, they're lucky this game was before Thanksgiving dinner, because if I had a little turkey and meat, I would have fallen asleep.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there was really nothing note about this game. The Bears almost fumbled it so hard. The Lions should find a way to lose, and it's very sad.
You know what's so funny? I had I picked all 3 games for a parlay just for shits and giggles, and I hit 2 out of 3, and it makes me so sad.
Which one did you miss?
I missed on the Bears and the Lions.
Oh no,
man!
My sense is simply this: Detroit, I will always root for you, except when you play my team. But God, I feel for Lions fans. I really just want them to get a win because I love Dan Campbell. Guys, I think Jared Goff was screwed by how much McVay protected him in that offense.
No, he's just bad.
Well, he just had a really good coach and good players. He's never been good.
JD got it. Like, that's my point. I think Sean McVay was such a good offensive coach. It made Goff look legitimate.
Goff is serviceable at best. Yeah,
he's a mid-level quarterback. He's the 4th best quarterback in his class, which is terrifying.
And my sentence is this game came at the perfect time where I just showed up to Thanksgiving trying to get a couple beers in me so I can deal with my aunts and uncles I haven't seen in like 2 years and just try to get comfortable and loose, and the game just killed the vibe. It was just awful.
Yeah,
that Bears drive in the end of the second half was so bad.
Being close to me too, I know a lot of people that not a lot, but I know Lions fans that their tradition is to go to the Lions game for Thanksgiving. It's kind of funny tradition for Thanksgiving to go to the Lions game.
And while we're talking Thanksgiving, I want to talk about these halftime musical performances. We don't need them anymore, I don't think. That Big Sean one, I was like, what do we do?
Listen, Big Sean should have rocked an Eminem, Carhartt, Jordan 4.
Especially on Thanksgiving.
It's just like,
can we sitting with a bunch of old people. Who wants to listen to Big Sean?
I know,
dude,
right?
my mom is sitting there just like, who is
I got big love for Big Sean, but during the Dallas game, I don't want to watch the sellout Luke Combs. I really don't.
Yeah, what?
It's like, listen, I get it. The Dallas Cowboys have a bunch of bandwagon fans. I'm waiting for LeBron to get out there and start rapping for him.
It's like, dude, this is the day where young people and old people are together at the same day. Are you just putting Big Sean in there to start a fight at Thanksgiving?
Where's Kid Rock?
when I'm eating Thanksgiving dinner, I want to hear a Gumble. I want to hear, a Coach Coward. I want to hear these guys talking to me. It's nice.
Where's John Madden making a emergency appearance?
Well,
I want to hear Jimmy Johnson going on.
See, here's the thing, Samir. You're obviously wrong because we had the best ratings of any Thanksgiving football game in 28 years. And boy, did it deserve it because it was a hell of a football game. Yeah, Raiders, Cowboys. What do you got for us,
transition game, kid. I'm impressed. JD's doing good.
28 years. That was crazy to me. That's the best rating.
Simply this. That was pure entertainment. And thank you, Las Vegas, for giving me $60 to gamble with. Won my bet.
My sentence is, I think people complained about the refs a little too much. It was still the flags were annoying, but they were annoying, but
they're annoying in every game. There's just a lot of flags anymore.
It was annoying but justified, and it didn't take away so much from the game because it was still like electric. Hunter Renfrow, baby.
You can make a shit smoothie and have the shit not like get lost in the smoothie, but eventually it rises to the top. That's the Cowboys defense. They made a shit smoothie this year, and it's starting to rise to the top because it's not
agreed.
Good.
So agreed.
The NFC East has 3 contenders right now, and it scares them. Possibly 4. It scares the shit. I mean,
in the hunt, baby.
I don't know.
I just want to be on in the hunt graphic. That's all.
We kind of are. We're on the close.
You guys are. You guys.
We can go 9-8 and make the playoffs.
I see a little blue triangle at the corner of the screen. That's where the Giants are. I love it.
What do you got for us, Jake?
This game made up for the other one. Overtime, it felt like at the beginning neither team wanted to win, but shout out to the Cowboys defense for just sucking.
Shout out to their corner for going offsides 4 times in a row on that field goal.
And with that,
the first one was smart, and then after that, it was like, oh my god, what are you doing?
Right. I don't know. I can't remember an overtime game in a long time on Thanksgiving either. So yeah, no, it was a great game. But with that great game, we had a beautiful piece of like meat in the middle and just 2 stale, like crappy pieces of bread.
We can speed
because
run
the Bills Saints was terrible, but they did pound them.
Yeah, the only thing that made this game semi-entertaining was Josh Allen threw 2 picks, but like the Bills were just. Like anybody who thought the Saints were going to compete, Cruz, was dead wrong. Yes, they are missing Kamara and Mike Thomas, and famous.
I don't think you can use Mike Thomas as an excuse anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like Mike Thomas keep playing an actual snap of football. That's a miracle.
Kamara, sure, you've had him most.
Kamara, yeah, but like, what's Kamara going to do? Buffalo's going to allow him to run for 100 yards and they'll still beat him by 20. Like, who cares? Yeah. It's to me, it's hysterical. Like, I just. Sean Payton may not be the coach in New Orleans next year. I think he may try to find a way out.
I don't know. We'll have to see with the quarterback.
Is he going to want to deal with this again? Who are they going to pick up?
Oh, he's going to want out. Okay.
If he's out, it'll be on his terms.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
I'm saying, is he going to want to deal with this shit?
But where would he want to go? Where would be a better situation?
I don't know. But
we'll
it's like he might take a year off like Doug he did. The Seahawks might be looking for a new coach either this year.
He might want to come be a Giant.
Yeah, because Joe Judgy boy might be out too. Like,
I'm hearing that they love Judge and they want him to stick around.
Which is fine by me because you know what? I am a big Joe Judge guy for the Giants myself.
You can keep Sirianni.
You think it's a good fit, Jared?
I love it. Sirianni is. It took 2 Jalen Reagor drops for them to beat us, so it's totally fine by me.
Right,
and we turn the ball over.
Your excuses aren't for another.
We'll get to that.
Games.
Those are excuses. Those are stats.
My sentence is the Bills concern me because it seems like they can only win while blowing teams out. And that is concerning. That is concerning because that just seems to be their MO. So, but nobody circles the wagon.
We call that Georgia Bulldog syndrome.
My sentence is the Bills. My thing, I'm going to bang the drums about this with the Bills is that they need a running back. They need one. Matt Breida looked fine. He looked good. He would whatever. Matt Breida, Devin Singletary. I don't know. Zach Moss was a healthy scratch. But they need a guy because they
hired crap.
Everybody knows it's going to be Allen to Diggs and maybe now Allen to Knox, but it's just that. And you can expect that 60 to 70% of the time.
Yeah.
And they need a running back.
They don't have a ton of weapons in general, which is like crazy. They have a lot of good players, but like not a ton of great.
Yeah, the Patriots ran into this for years when it was like Gronk in his prime. It's going to go to Gronk. He might check down to Edelman. But maybe hits Shane Vereen or maybe Deion Lewis later in the years out of the backfield. But they could never establish a run game. And until they were able to do that, once they got James White and they started to win Super Bowls and stuff. But that's where I see the Bills' biggest weakness now is that they're so predictable on offense. And a good defensive scheme, Steve Belichick, is going to shut that down. So
the man, the myth, the mullet.
So that finishes our Thanksgiving. We hope all our Korner Booth friends had a great Thanksgiving watching football and eating turkey with the fam. But we'll go from who dat to who day with the Bengals trouncing the Steelers.
Oh, baby.
Trouncing the Steelers.
Woo!
God, AFC North, man.
What a transition.
Can I get a Ric Flair? Woo! The Bengals basically did America a favor. To me, the Steelers have been just hanging around this mediocrity balance. It's over. Like the Steelers are done. Najee Harris looks great. Chase Claypool is like awful, but their offense is dog shit. And Big Ben's a shot fighter. He looks like Eli in his last year with the Giants. It's just not great.
Very
it's
bad.
it's all due respect to Eli, because I think Eli has a better shot at being a Hall of Famer than Big Ben does, honestly.
And like Big Ben's got better like weapons than Eli.
I know Big Ben, and it looks sluggish. I like Mike Tomlin's charisma is like basically keeping that team together.
That and the defense.
Kevin,
the defense.
our boy Kev's favorite head coach. But like my sense is simply this: Steelers are fucking bad, man. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're just bad. Like
they're not a good team.
Welcome,
but they have. To be fair, a lot of guys have been injured.
Shout out to our boy JD for calling this. JD, both of us had bold predictions about team finishing last place. Baltimore's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, for the Browns get their head out of their ass.
My sentence, the Panthers, JD.
My sentence, yeah, that's rough. That's really flipped to me. He looked great like 3 weeks into the season, but my sentence is when the Bengals offense is rolling, like they can beat anybody on any week. Now that being said, it's semi-inconsistent. But damn, when they get going, it is that good. Those weapons, and Joe Mixon deserves a lot of credit.
Joe Mixon's
he's a big part of what they're doing.
What kills me about all the NFC North in a nutshell is just like this division.
AFC.
It's just AFC North. Sorry, Lamar Jackson in the bank. It's just kind of just like sitting there, like, hey, we're gonna barely win games, and it's gonna, division round. They're going to get their head kicked in by somebody, and everyone's going to be like, oh, okay. It's just the North.
They let the door wide open, and no AFC North team seems to want to. They're like, nope, we're good. We're not going to bust that door.
Oh, it's that John Travolta Pulp Fiction meme where he's just like sitting there like, he's like, I guess it's me. Shit, okay.
Yeah. Did Jake, did you get your sentence in? Did everyone get their sentence in?
I'm just glad the Steelers pack is up in the sky. I hate the Steelers. It's good to see Roethlisberger fail.
That's a great quote. I'm glad the Steelers pack is up in the sky. That's my sentence too.
Now, speaking of old men who can still play, we got Tom Brady and the Bucks getting the dub against the Colts.
My God.
Jake, start us out. What's your sentence?
This was a really good game. Came down to the wire. I thought after that kick return that I don't know any of these kick returns names, but they got all the way down into field goal range. But as soon as he got tackled, you knew Carson Wentz wasn't going to drive them into the end zone. Tom Brady is that dude. He always will be that dude. And the Bucks are good. Yeah.
My sense is simply this. Regular season Lenny. Listen, I have been banging the drum for Leonard Fournette since he got drafted. I thought this kid got a raw deal in Jacksonville. The second Brady got him, like, okay, this kid's career is about to get resurrected in a heartbeat. 4 touchdowns, 100 yards rushing. I think another couple receiving. Saved my ass in fantasy this week, and just Leonard Fournette looked like an all-around monster. Also, side note, did you see Brady call the coverage to Fournette mid-handoff?
Yeah, that was cool.
That was hysterical. I'm like, that's just goat shit right there.
Yeah, that's another
like
level.
Jordan telling Muggsy Bogues to shoot you, effing midget. Like, he called that shit mid-handoff.
My sentence is the Colts are okay. I mean, the Colts, Carson Wentz can't throw the ball that many times. You got to run the offense.
Way to go out on a limb and say the 6-6 Colts are okay, Samir. Really,
they're okay.
Really,
no, but they're going to be a playoff team.
Fastball takes, man.
I'm just saying because people were saying the Colts were a disaster a few weeks ago. They're
think they're a disaster.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
They're coming together. They're coming together at least.
They'll be a wild card team.
I don't know.
They've been doing like a pendulum on them because first they sucked. Then like last week after Jonathan Taylor had that huge game, it was like, okay, they might win the Super Bowl, but they're somewhere in the middle. They just kind of suck. Like they don't suck, but they're all right.
They're gonna finish 9-8, and they're gonna miss the playoffs. They're gonna be 9-8, miss the playoffs.
They're okay.
My sentence is good. Thank God for this game and the 1:00 slate because we needed a good game because they weren't very good, and this was a very entertaining football game. I enjoyed watching on Red Zone. Our next game, he's back, Superman himself gets hounded by maybe one of the worst teams in football right now, even though they are 5-7, the Dolphins, finding ways to win. 33-10 Dolphins. Jared, want to start us off?
Oh my God. Like, gotta give shout out to the Dolphins for just rallying and my boy Jalen Phillips. Shout out. But dude, the Panthers are fucking terrible. Like, JD, can we just put PJ Walker back in? At least they win. Like, Christian McCaffrey's out for the day of the season. Just throw a grenade and kick it down river. It's over.
Yep.
Season's over.
I still think Matt Rule's a good coach, but this.
I think he is too. It's just these guys pissed on somebody's grave in the offseason. They're getting hosed.
Like week 4.
Like
they did something after like week 3 or 4. I don't know.
They like off. Listen, like they lost to Philly, and that was just the first nail of the unraveling that was that season. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, CMC after the year makes me sad. One for my sense, I'll say, can you believe Christian McCaffrey's big contract hasn't even kicked in yet? He's been out for 2 years straight. His salary this year is $880,000. Then next year it goes to $8 million. Then the year after that, 11.2 the year after, and then $12 million the year after.
Well, hopefully Olivia Culpo. Hey, listen, he's dating Olivia Culpo. It could be worse.
Yeah, I mean that it does. He's only going to be 29 at that point. Maybe he'll still play. I don't know.
My sentence is this: never in a million years. Or I thought this would be the best chance for an Auburn quarterback to beat a Bama quarterback this week, and I was incredibly wrong. I didn't expect this to be the blowout. That's for sure.
Hot take: Auburn's quarterback this week was better than Bo Nix
and Cam Newton.
Definitely better than Cam Newton.
God, Cam was terrible.
I'm back to being shitty.
I'm back. Go do your celebration on the 50 when you're down by 30. Jared,
I went already. Yeah, Jake's up.
Yeah, my sentence is just Cam this weekend made me realize I know nothing about how some of these stats work. I didn't know quarterback rating could go that low. 5.8 is such a hilariously low number. That is insane.
Do you think that's a record? That's got to be close.
Unofficially, I have it as a record. For a former MVP, there's no way somebody that's won an MVP has gone that low. That's so bad.
Insane. How does it? Like, Hurts threw 3 fucking picks and his was higher. Like, how is that possible?
The passer rating of 0 has been posted by 72
Rodgers,
times.
Right? Aaron Rodgers did it week 1, didn't he? I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers had a 0.
No, Aaron Rodgers had a 0.
Hey, Manning did it once.
Week 1.
Wow,
like, Aaron Rodgers was awful week 1. Like, I remember
saying you talking
Aaron Rodgers had not done it.
I'm talking quarterback rating.
Okay, so you're talking that goes up to 1. That's the range like 150 to 0.
This is passer rating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's different.
But Cam, well known as the one who got away for this team, the Patriots, missing Cam Newton. You can just see it. Their offense is inept without him. They win 36-13 against the Titans, screwing Jared's parlay. Jake, you want to take the reins?
No, Auburn did that, but
I do this. Mac is just. He's a game manager. You don't see that often from a rookie quarterback. The story, though, of this team is the defense. Matt Judon is unbelievable. How did Christian Barmore fall to the Patriots in the second round? Steve and Bill Belichick, the whole family must have sold their soul to the devil. There's something going on. They
are the devil. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's the devil and the son.
They are the devil. He is. It's Lucy and one of his demons, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
My sense is simply this, man. This game looked like, it was like the Patriots were beating up on a team who was already beat up enough. It was like that old Simpsons meme, like, stop it, they're already dead.
They're already
like,
dead.
The line, like, I feel like at this point, I think like Tennessee is hanging around, but has any team like hung around and just gotten kicked in the teeth more than them this year? They're still going to make the playoffs. They're probably going to win their division, but holy hell, it's Tannehill and a bunch of scrubs out there now. AJ Brown's gone.
You said it's so Irish right there.
Yeah, it's pushing me Irish. I mean, listen, like what? Julio Jones is basically non-existent. Derrick Henry's not back until wild card weekend at the earliest. AJ Brown's not back till week 16. It's just Tannehill and a bunch of scrubs. And the breakout fantasy guy of the year, Devonta Foreman, who, by the way, has resurrected his career. Man, he got drafted by the Texans. I thought his career was over then. But Yeah, no, this is just a bully. This is just a bully beating up on a broken kid.
Samir?
We were talking about the Titans as like a top 5 top offense of the NFL, and it all fell apart. And the Patriots are legit, which is crazy. That Monday night game next week is going to be wild.
My sentence is obvious locker room drama in the Patriots because Matthew Judon saying he doesn't like mac and cheese is taking a straight shot at his quarterback subtly there. I just telling you, I think that's ready to explode. I think
they're going to have to blow it up, of course.
They have locker room problems.
Which I want to be on record as saying Matt Judon is so wrong. Mac and cheese is delicious.
Mac and cheese,
incredible. That being said, I don't have it at Thanksgiving.
Delicious.
We never have it.
Yeah, I don't have it at Thanksgiving.
I
know people that do. I never have.
My aunt literally asked me to make it extra Thanksgiving, so I will.
I would love it on Thanksgiving. I mean,
my mac and cheese is like legendary. Listen, I can make it like the super backwoods style, or I can make it actually the right procedure way. Backwoods style is basically
when I finally come
drop a bag of cheese and boiled noodles and like mix in the butter. Just do it all ad lib. But my stuff always has meat in it, by the way. Bacon, sausage. I went to kielbasa this year. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So
anyways,
finally, what we've been waiting for, guys, the We'll See Bowl, and we saw. I'll start here, and we'll go around. And I think since Samir won, he should get the last say, even though it is both your games. But I will say, this is that Freddie Kitchens high-powered offense we've been looking at. Get rid of Jason Garrett.
Fullback almost dropping the ball in the end zone.
Go Giants. It was the one redeeming thing I had about this weekend. And I still think Dave Gettleman needs to be fired. Jake, go ahead, and we'll let these two rip their heads.
My only sentence is we will see. The listeners don't care what I have to say. I'm not a part of this.
We'll see again.
Okay.
We'll see again. Yeah.
Okay, so I was so pissed off. I drank a ton of beer and just turned off football.
7 IPAs, I'm told.
6 hours. Yeah, but here's the deal. When I went to work last night, I thought about, because I know I was gonna have to face the music with this annoying jackass next to me, but because he was talking so much damn shit over the chat. I am a very classy.
We switched to just texting each other because we knew we were making you mad.
I was about to go up to Boston, throw Samir out of his high rise, but I was so annoyed. But here's the thing: it's like, as an Eagles fan, I'm pissed. I want Jalen Reagor's hands on a stake, not his actual human, because he's a human being, but that man like channeled his inner Nelson Aguilar with 2 clutch touchdown drops. The Giants, Samir, I hope your Giants are paying Reagor handsomely, because that first touchdown drop was horrible. Boston Scott just chucking the ball to the defense. I had a Giants fan who listens to our show, by the way. Shout out to our boy Phil. What's up, Phil?
Hey, Phil.
Always
Phil. I like Phil.
He's a big Giants fan. He said to me in the gym today, he goes, dude, we didn't deserve that one. I'm like, we didn't either. We just made the last turnover. So I said, bearing this, if it takes 4 turnovers, Jalen Hurts' worst quarterback performance of his career, and Miles Sanders being at the last 4 drives and 2 Reagor drops to beat us, congrats, Giants. There's no excuses there. That's just all legitimate facts that are going down. Congrats on the win. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever the hell we play.
We'll see again.
We'll see. All right. Like, all credit due. You guys won. Good job. You didn't fuck up, but you didn't help yourselves. This was like Pat McAfee style football. It was just punts everywhere for the Giants.
I don't know where to start because
winner's only here, Jared. Sorry.
Should have marked us.
I don't know where to start here, but hearing Jared say those things, I don't know if you saw it in my body language. It created this ball of joy within my body, and I could not stop smiling.
It was fun.
And it's just I forget how much I care about sports, and like this is like my one small victory in so long. But
see, this is what he's got to do now. He's got to make himself feel big.
I'm so happy. I mean, okay, sure, maybe you guys played terrible, but maybe that's just who Jalen Hurts is. Maybe he's just not the quarterback, and he's not the same kind of quarterback as Daniel Jones.
Bad.
Okay, he might have had a sprained ankle, but maybe he's just
so bad. But maybe that just goes to show without the running ability. What is
this game also is a big old piece of humble pie. Let's see how they react. Honestly, if they play shit against the Jets. We needed to get our ass kicked because we were riding
ugly NFC East. Who cares how you win game for sure?
Yeah, yes, but the Giants' offense moving the ball better than they did with Garrett. They didn't score in the end zone. I think things will start to meld. We're gonna get the ball to Galladay more. I don't know
what
if
you
the
guys
offense
do
is
with
great.
Saquon Barkley, who except for a 30-yard run was fucking useless.
I don't know. We'll see. But
we'll see.
The defense got some dogs. Ojolari's great. Xavier McKinney's great. Logan Ryan's coming back. I just really love our defense. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know if we're going to contend this year, but a little bit of hope this Sunday. Just a little bit of hope.
Can we go rapid fire? Because these next couple games suck.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's guys. But these are like 3-word games.
Yeah, no, because we've not been doing one sentence, and these don't deserve more than maybe a word. But we got Falcons, Jaguars. This was this game happened question mark for me.
Yeah, I don't even remember seeing a score for
21-14 Falcons. By the way,
where's Kyle Pitts? Is my sentence.
Didn't AJ Terrell have a pick six?
He's good.
He's good. He's definitely.
Cordell Patterson played good again.
Cordell Patterson scored a touchdown. That was pretty cool. AJ Terrell's definitely picked his shit up though.
All right, Samir.
Yeah, so where's Kyle Pitts, man? What's going on?
Yeah, Jake.
We knew the Jags sucked. They're worse than I thought.
We have the exact same score, but maybe worse teams. Good God, what a slate this weekend. We had Jets beating the Texans 21-14. I'll say the Jets, how did they win this game? Because it started off awful. But these teams just suck. I guess that's my sentence. They just
JD, what I say during our NFL preview? 5 fucking wins. It's happening. We're doing this.
All right.
It's alive. They're not winning this week, but they'll win afterward.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care if fucking the ghost of Vince Papale plays quarterback for us. That Eagles defense and that Eagles running game might abuse to the point of criminal charges the Jets.
Well, I thought you were talking about the Jets getting 5 wins.
No, the Jets are getting 5 wins.
Oh, okay.
They are going to get those 5 wins. It's just they're not getting one this week against Philly, but they're going to get their 5 wins.
Good bounce back game for you guys.
We got 3.
Jake?
Shout out to Braxton Berrios, former Patriots practice squatter. And a you guy. Let's go. Yeah, that's all.
Dude right there. I love Braxton.
Fuck this game. I hate the Jets.
Yep. Samir, did you say something?
That's well. The Jets were looking like they were going to fumble, and then they decided to play okay. They guess they have the Seahawks pick, so they don't have to worry about losing. They can just get the Seahawks pick.
To quote Samir, is a good way to describe this next team, the Chargers, who got beat by the Broncos 28-13. Boys, what is happening with the Chargers?
I don't know.
This game just is proof the NFL doesn't make any sense this year. We should just call it stop. I actually might stop betting pro football this year because I have taken so many fucking losses because of pro football. College, I'm actually shooting pretty good, which is hysterical. I'm shooting pretty good in college this year betting wise. Player parlays gone. Thanks Herbert for not putting up 100 more yards. You degenerate.
Parlays are you and your parlays. That's the worst way to gamble.
I know.
I put down $7 total between all 4 bets. I could walk away with 600.
I actually just on a gambling note, I saw an article that said this is one of the worst years Vegas has had in a long time, and the only redeeming thing that's keeping them making money is parlays. How much money they're winning off of parlays because parlays are just tough. They're very tough. But Jake, what do you think about this game?
Just Bill Belichick killed Justin Herbert and the Chargers. They're dead. It's over.
And the worst part is that division is so bad they still might make the playoffs.
They might.
Or is it really good?
Samir?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe the Broncos defense is that good, or maybe Justin Herbert just has these games where it doesn't click. But I don't know. I still believe in the guy. I'm not going to be the guy that doesn't believe.
My sentence is I believe in Justin Herbert, but I think we might have anointed him as the next big thing in this league, a top 3 to 5 quarterback in the NFL already. And that maybe wasn't fair on us, but the hype was. I
still think he is. I think he's just going through growing pains.
I think he can be, but I think we anointed it this year, right? He's going to be a top 5 guy.
More Brand.
He's clearly not this.
I think this is more Brandon Staley coaching struggles.
Also, I think the Chargers defense, this is what I said going into the year, which is why I thought they'd be much better than they were, but why I had them a little back from you guys. I'm like, there's nothing on this defense that does anything for me. And it
Derwin
has
James
been
and Joey
not good.
Bosa, but let's
Yeah, but it's been rough, as we've seen. But to our best game of the day, the Packers-Rams. Packers beat the Rams 36-28. The Rams on a little bit of a skid, but the Packers looking pretty damn good. This was a great game. Samir, you want to kick us off?
In my head, this was like the classic Packers game where they showed that they're really good in the regular season. But I think if the Packers and the Rams play in the playoffs again, like, I think they might lose. You know, that's one of those. How I feel. It's like that Aaron Rodgers game. You're like, okay, it was electric.
My sentence is OBJ catching a touchdown in garbage time when it didn't matter is the most OBJ thing ever. Locker room.
You see him almost do the Lambo leap too.
Oh my god, he was probably so happy. He was probably over there like
he literally started making a beeline.
You be one of the most bitter exes I've ever seen.
Dude, you don't understand. Like, I have defended OBJ. Like, I leaded the fan club for OBJ. Like, he was my favorite player in the NFL. Like, he hurt me. He's hurt me. I'm mad. I am bitter. I have been defending him. But I've been defending him in Cleveland because I like the Giants and because I had an OBJ Giants jersey. Like, I have been the one to all my Cleveland people, like, trust me, it's going to work. It's going to work. I was his defender, and he made me.
I also think you guys were hosed because your offense was not built for an OBJ.
Sure. But I also think I defended him as like a person too. Like, he's not as much of a diva as people say, and that all that for him to just basically prove that he was and give me the big middle finger personally.
Yeah, he literally walked to JD's house and
he texted me. Texted me. Send me a Snapchat.
My sentence is quickly this. Both teams are going to be there in the Final Four for the NFC. This game to me right now just means one team's going to kick the shit out of the other in January. I would not bet. I could bet money on either one and probably walk away with money 50-50. So.
Oh, you bet on both teams. You walk away with money, huh?
No, I said I could bet on either team.
No, you actually don't.
There's a 50-50 shot. I walk away with money. This is a very even balanced matchup. I think the Packers just got away with one. They were at home in end of November weather. Packers win. It happens.
Yeah.
Who didn't go? Jake, did you go?
Me. I've been a bit of a Pats homer today, but I'm going to keep rolling. I think my favorite Belichick quote applies here. It's not about acquiring talent. It's about building a team. And the Rams have been acquiring talent with no thought of team. And it seems to be showing
looks
right
frustrated
now.
too.
They do not look great. The defense is porous. I don't know what's going on.
So nipping at their heels maybe a little bit. A team that's really come on, the 49ers getting the dub over the Vikings 34-26. And here comes San Fran. We were writing them off. Here they come.
Yeah.
Samir?
It's one of those Kyle Shanahan moments. Elijah Mitchell looks good, and you're like, damn, this is a team. Debo Samuel, they're a team. They're a team. And this is what the Niners were supposed to be last year.
They are the literal Webster's Dictionary of 10-7. They are literally a 10-7, 9-8 team. They're going to win a couple more games. They're going to beat the snot of some mediocre teams like the Vikings, and then they're going to just either choke away the first round of the playoffs or not even make it. They are just above average. They're almost good.
Sure.
I think Jimmy G is the encompassing of that.
I think the playoffs, they could make some noise.
I don't trust their offense.
I don't either.
Jake?
Yeah, it was a bit like a Jeff Fisher game. We had Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo, just pure mediocrity between the two, but they both played well, minimized mistakes. Pretty good game to watch. But Brandon Ayuk finally had a good game. Shout out to him.
Took him like what week 12 at this point? Like what?
He was like a first-round fantasy draft pick, and he's like terrible this year. But
okay, I'm sorry. Pause. Timeout. Who drafts him in the first round?
He was one of the top like 5-10 receivers getting drafted.
I don't know the first round.
First round might be a little. No, he was definitely a big name.
He was definitely a big name.
He was a fifth round guard. Fifth round. Yeah, he was definitely a wide receiver
two kind of guy. Seventh in ours. Then again, ours is full of Looney Tunes. Me and my cousin and possibly Pat are making the playoffs. It is definitely the Wild West, but Next, Samir, you go.
Yeah.
I think everybody went. We have Sunday Night Football here. The Browns, Ravens 16-10. Go around, and I don't know.
This
I
game
guess this was the
encompasses
final
the
nut
NFC
pick I needed. So
This game encompasses the NFC North. We'll rapid fire.
AFC.
We've got to go in the AFC North. The Ravens sitting here like the John Travolta meme. Like I guess I'm still here. The Ravens are shit. Bengals are okay. The fucking Browns can't get out of their own way. They need to get rid of Baker. I swear to God, JD, I pray for your fan base because they have such a loaded roster, and Baker is basically the taxi cab driver of quarterbacks. He's worthless at this point. This guy is just average, mediocre at best.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough watching the talent on the Browns suffer with Baker Mayfield. That's my sentence.
Jake.
Yeah, I think it's time to explore options outside of Baker. I don't want to hit the panic button. They still might make the playoffs this year, but I'll let JD handle.
At no point did I think they were going to win this game. Our offense is one of the most painful things to watch. How do you have 5 turnovers? I think 5 interceptions or something, and only score 10 points, 3 points off those turnovers. It's an incredible, terrible, embarrassing thing. I don't know what to do with Baker. I don't think he's the answer, but this draft is bad as what we talked about. Hopefully you can go, fingers crossed, you go get like an Aaron Rodgers or something, but that's also not overly realistic. So we're in a weird spot. Baker's going to be one of the biggest offseason conversations for sure in football. Yeah, it's unbelievably upsetting when you're looking at like the talent we're wasting. Myles Garrett is an unbelievable freak.
One thing before we get
no time to ever think we were going to win this football game.
One thing about Rodgers to the Browns would be like football god level.
That'd be insane.
I'd love it. Let's get Monday Night Football rolling so Samir can get running out of here.
Yep. Seahawks lost to Washington 17-15.
Samir, you're up.
Yeah, real stinker of a game. Russell Wilson's gone. Maybe to the Giants. I don't know. But yeah, is Heineke good? I don't know. It's just I think just the Seahawks are bad. That was it. It was a real stinky game.
I look like a genius because I said the Seahawks were going to be a last place team this year.
You do, yeah.
And I'm banging the drum for that one because I saw the writing on the wall. Quarterbacks can't cover up every fuck up. So
their offensive line is so bad. Like, I've never seen.
That was my biggest point. JD can attest to this. I was saying like, who's going to keep Russell alive? It's not.
I thought maybe he could just kind of scramble around like he's done in the past, but
he's also older. He's a year slower. Like it's
been injured. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Jake, what do you got?
Pete Carroll's been driving me crazy this year. They attempted to run the ball 12 times last night. I don't understand it. They have no offensive scheme. It's ridiculous, including Russ. Like, I just don't get it. Russ needs to get the hell out of there. The Seahawks are dead.
Didn't Russ pick this coordinator too?
Yeah. Get him out.
I'll say this. This continues to support my theory that the Seahawks, week in, week out, play the most boring football game. Doesn't matter who they play. They play boring, close football games too, like 15-17, but they continue to just play like just the most blah. Like if I was trying to get someone to watch football and they're like, oh, let's turn on the Seahawks game, like to try to entice, I'd be like, no, turn it off. Don't watch that, because that will make you not want to watch the game.
Yeah, fair. All right, guys, I gotta go.
Bye, Samir. We'll see you Thursday, buddy. Enjoy.
See you guys. Yeah,
we'll see you Thursday. We'll see.
Oh, we'll see you.
We'll see.
I hate both of you.
Bye, folks.
Jake, you're my only favorite now.
Thank you.
I might literally throw Samir down like a well or something like that, and JD can go fish for him.
I'm already defeated. I'm a defeated man. I'm just a corpse walking. I'm dead.
JD's like, throw me down the well, please.
JD, if there's hope in the universe, check out my TikTok I did for Korner Booth shots.
All right.
The Timberwolves have won 7 of 8. Life has color again.
Why would that make me happy?
Well,
it's
good
for the Timberwolves.
If the Timberwolves can win, the Browns can win.
I'm gonna do what Michigan does every year when they lose. We're a basketball school. We play Duke tonight. Go Bucks. We're a basketball school. At home, check it out, 9:30. But that also watching Duke play Gonzaga, and Duke looks damn good. Holy shit.
Yeah, did you watch that game, JD?
Yeah, I watched the first half. Well, we were getting up at like 4 a.m. to go to the game the next day, so I fell asleep at halftime. But yes,
no, Duke looks solid.
Yep. And what's his name? That their stud who's
Monchero,
whatever. He is a freaking freak. He is good.
Yeah, he is really
good.
I haven't been that impressed by Chet. I consider myself like a half-ass Gonzaga fan, so I've watched a few of their games. Chet looks like, he was supposed to be Kevin Durant from everything I heard. He's slow. He's very slow.
He's more of a center.
I didn't see athleticism there, or like any ability to grow any more size.
Still Tingus.
He needs to put on weight. 100%. He needs to put on weight.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by. Shout out to our boys and girls over at Colorcast for giving us the opportunity to go live tonight. We'll probably go live Thursday as well. You can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Korner Booth Pod. We hope you have a great week, and hopefully a better week than me and JD have had so far.
It can't get worse.
Enjoy your day. It snowed like crazy. It snowed like a flurry all day in Connecticut. I'm so happy because I love snow.
Which is a shame because Christmas is canceled.
To JD, it is. In the Clem house, Christmas will go.
I will cancel all of your Christmases. You will all be as miserable as me.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Nobody cancels my favorite holiday, JD. That was your timeout.
I'm the JD
that was the only time I'll ever kick you off is you cancel my favorite holiday. But ladies and gentlemen, for myself, Samir, JD, and the intern Jake, we wish you guys a great week, and we will see you guys Thursday. Peace out.
Screw Duke.